Welcome in to Capper's Cave. I'm your host, Lorenzo de Costa. This is Free Picks, and on Capper's Cave, brought to you by Intellect Sports. We got NFL Week 9, College Week 10 best bets. We also got the one, the only, Locksmith Larry, or Larry the Locksmith with us. How you doing today? I'm good, man. I'm ready to go. I got some good ones for you. I hope you do. Because you've been on a bad streak lately. Yeah, no, man, but, I'm still doing pretty good on the year. Yeah, you are, and we are, too. I think we're still sitting in the mid-50s, and we got a lot to get to. Let's get to it. We got MACtion is back. PACtion, we like to call it. The MAC is back. Football, Pac-12 is back. Sorry so late on the show. We usually come out with Thursday. This year's definitely strange because of COVID. We like to wait a little bit longer to kind of get a better analysis of what's going on in the games. But we did go 5-1 last night with the MAC. 5-1, the first games. That's pretty good. But all these games were on the app. That's why you guys got to get the app. We don't put everything. We can't put everything. It'd be too much to talk about. It'd be a long-ass show. It'd be 3 or 4 hours, and nobody would want to listen to it. So we put it on the app for you. Just get it. It's Capper's Cave. You get it on iTunes, wherever they sell apps at. You can find it. It's called Capper's Cave. Again, don't just get our analysis, our picks, other cappers. We kind of collaborate, come together, and put them on there. So we make it easy for you. All you do is click it. Boom. Picks are there. Get it right in the palm of your hand. The Big 12 continues to perhaps be the most unpredictable conference in the country. We'll get into that. Maybe some picks later. Cincinnati quietly sniffing at that playoff picture, aren't they? Sitting at number 6. I bet they're hoping that their neighbor up north, Ohio State, misses a game due to COVID. I bet you they're hoping this. And dwindle, if not eliminate, any chance of a playoffs. I mean, this has to be the highest ranking Cincy has ever had, right? Maybe. Larry, why don't you fact check that, please? Check on that. I'm really not sure on that, but I gotta say, at least in the last 5-6 years, they haven't had a ranking that close. And Coastal Carolina, again, if you're a first-time listener, we're gonna talk about this team every week. Still looking hot, making us money. Routed Georgia State, 51-0. Now sitting at -18, playing South Alabama, and we'll throw small units on this again. Just cause the markets are catching up to them, but these guys just keep blowing the markets out of the water. I love it. Yeah, man, these boys are sitting at number 16 now in the country. I know, up 4 spots from last week. Again, won't stop talking about our hot teams, making us money. Moving on. So, did you find it? The Cincy? Yeah, man, it looks like 2009 they were ranked number 4 for a couple weeks. Well, there you go. Still a big accomplishment for Luke Fickell in his early years there. I mean, these guys was a former interim Ohio State defensive coordinator under Urban Meyer. I mean, watch out for these guys. They're good, and they're good on D. That's his specialty, and they got a pretty good offense too. Quietly sniffing it. State pulls one off against the Wolverines. This was a great game, great bet on our part. I mean, are we saying that Harbaugh is his career? I mean, is he on the line here? Is it? I mean, it's got to be getting close. We may have a slight angle here. We'll see. Listen in when we get to our picks. Let's play a quick little game here because I want to go over this. We kind of had some bets last week that had the Tua brothers, if you haven't heard. And we'll play where we were wrong. We're not afraid to admit it. You win some, you lose some. But this was more on the analysis part, not just the game as is. Okay? Tua Tagovailoa, he has a brother. Yes, a brother called Tulia. I think it's spelled Tua, just like his name, but Lia. I mean, they really didn't go far out of the box with that name. But anyways, he's the Maryland quarterback. He proved us wrong. We had an angle against him, but he's not too shabby. He really isn't. He wasn't too shabby. We're not too afraid to admit that. It was our first game. But we'd like to see some more, okay, before we start getting in too much. But we'd like to see more. But Tua, For the Dolphins, his first play, it really wasn't that great in his first game. Okay? So he proved us right, but yet the bet was wrong. But, the bet didn't stick. They won, so kudos to the Tua brothers. That's all I want to say about that. Short little game. What the fuck ever. You guys won. 49ers, they shut down. This is just recently in. They shut down the facility. This was yesterday, but for the Thursday night game, they do have some COVID issues. Looks like the game is is still on, so we may have a play here. I believe it's still on the board, so we still got to play on it. Atlanta, a little NFL news that we're going over here. Atlanta playing a wee bit better. Just a wee bit, okay? We're not going to go too far to saying they're playing awesome, okay? But just a little bit better. Yeah, does anyone care? Does anybody really care? Well, you know what? We do. And we may have a play here later on Hotlanta. We'll see. KC covers the largest spread of the year. Another large one this week for that game and for another that we may have a large appetite. Browns, this freaking roller coaster that you bear us with. I mean, please bring us more. Please bring us more. I feel bad for your fans, but please bring us more. It's like those two things combined. That's what you are every week. Really. Strange things happened last week. They did last weekend. A lot of strange things. Maybe it was the Halloween. Maybe it was the full moon. Cincy getting a big win against Tennessee. Crazy. Tua, again, held as king in Miami, but he barely touched the ball, so that is kind of scary. Buffalo beating New England. Something that fan base rarely sees. Steel City, undefeated. I don't think in any of their Super Bowl seasons were they ever undefeated 7-0. Giants almost pulled one off on Tom Brady. Scary. And we got some scary shit for you this week. So let's get started with the picks. What do you say, Larry? Let's get back to it. First up, we got a Friday night. Another Friday night fright game. BYU sitting at number 9 against Boise State at 23. Boise State getting 3 points. Over-under sitting at 59. Friday night is a 9:45 game, late game. Nice matchup here in the Mountain West. Nothing on the spread here, as we feel these teams are... there's a question at QB for Boise, okay? Also, this is Boise's first stiff competition. But we like the over here. Now, at first glance, this seems risky due to the QB situation, but the Broncos' backup is very capable. USC transfer Jack Sears, he started in place back near last week, completed 17 of 20, 280 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's very capable. He also rushed for a nice score in the win. Completed a 75-yard touchdown pass on his first play from scrimmage. And he managed the game well from there. They put up 49 points against Air Force, 42 in their first game. Both teams have playmakers and can score on a whim. We've talked about this QB for BYU, Zach Wilson. He's sitting at 74.6% of his passes, over 2,100 yards passing, 19 touchdowns, only throwing 2 interceptions on the season. He's in talks for the Heisman, this guy. And what do Heisman players like to do? They put up points. He had a season low, last week, 224 passing yards against Western Kentucky last week, which kind of plays into our favor here. And I think we get a boost in production. Playing a ranked team. And I think they were probably looking ahead last game. Now the reason it hasn't hit the 60s yet is because BYU defensive numbers. They have great numbers. But let's talk about the competition. Western Kentucky, nobody. Texas State, nobody. Houston, well, somebody. Not too bad. They did put up 26. UTSA, nobody. And they put up 20. You got Louisiana Tech, Troy, Navy. Come on. None of these teams compare to the offensive power of the Broncos. The Broncos seem to have every year in the last decade. Both teams right now are averaging 40 points a game. And we don't even need that. Let's take a 35-33 BYU and a close one, and take the over 59. Lock it up, Larry. Next up on the board, Michigan State. It's a Saturday game, 12 p.m. Michigan State at Iowa. Iowa sitting at -7. Over under here, sitting at 46. This to me is too high. But I can see why. If we play into the public's eye, or better yet, the odds maker's eyes, upset win for State at Michigan. Nice win, yeah. All you could say really is what? Tucker 1, Harbaugh 0. Sorry, Harbaugh. There's another one against you. How long does he have? Again, we're not going to get into that again. So, yeah, naturally, this should be a letdown. Everyone's will be on Iowa. And we get a win because we love this guy that we talked about last week. And we're going to talk about him again. Do you know who I'm talking about, Larry? Do you know? Rocky Lombardi is back. Yeah, man, I remember that guy. He did it again, didn't he? Rocky Lombardi. This guy's great. This guy's great. We talked about this guy and won. Let me say it again. Rocky Lombardi. I gotta play it again. He's a winner. He's a winner. That's what he does. His numbers, consistent. From his first start. And he played better. He played a better defense this week. 17 for 32. Not great, but 323 yards, 3 TDs, no picks. This guy, watch out. I'm telling you. I'll play a hot bet right here just on that guy and his name. Iowa, has 2 losses. There's just lots of pressure here. And QB Spencer for them, not looking the part. 3 picks last week. Now coming off a 1-point loss to Northwestern. Tough loss. Tough loss to recover. And against a similar defense they're about to play. Spartans have won 4 of the last 5 straight up against Iowa. And this is a great spot to confuse the defense, as the Hawkeyes will be playing the pass with this Rocky guy. But make no mistake, Jordan Simmons, running back, who has yet to prove himself. I think he gets plenty of opportunities in this one. Plenty. We think this is a good spot to confuse the defense. We think he's given the chance. He will succeed. And the D's main focus will be on Rocky. And it'll open up that run. Rocky will keep it close. But the run and the D on State will slow this game down and get him a win. Money line is tempting, but take the TD1. The TD1, get the 7 points, and lock it up. Man, are we staying in the Big Ten here? Looks like we are. Oh, I guess we just liked both those teams off of the Michigan game. number 25 Michigan sitting at playing at number 13 Indiana. Indiana getting 3 points. This is also a 12 p.m. game. Right back to the Big Ten, Michigan. Yes, we like the pressure spot for the Blue. We like it. Wolverines coming off a tough loss to Michigan State. Yes. But we think Michigan State is better than most predicted. There's a good spot for Michigan. They got to make a case for the playoffs by beefing up. They got to beef up their resume by beating a ranked team. They have to, and they have to beat them good. On top of that, we believe Harbaugh's job again may be in jeopardy. And Michigan has not lost to Indiana since 1987. They have a record of 59-9 against them. 24-game win streak against the Hoosiers. Won 5 of their previous 7 meetings by 10-plus points. If they lose, bye-bye, Jimmy. Bye-bye, Jimmy. You're gone. Harbaugh, out. But we don't think so. Michigan's first loss last year, 1 of 2 total. They lost to Penn State. Next game, routed Notre Dame. Good team. just believe Harbaugh is going to be overly prepared in this one. Yes, Hoosiers are playing some good football. Love this quarterback they got. But really, where's the competition? Rutgers? Penn State, yeah, they won a great one the first game. It was the first game, overtime though. And Michigan is a better all-around team than Penn State. Listen, eat the small points here with the road fave. Expect Michigan, they'll notch another one in this series. 48 to 28 in a statement game we'll give. Moving on. UMass. Yeah, big one. The big one, a lot of people are going to be watching this one. UMass at number 15, Marshall. But I love this Marshall squad. Marshall's sitting at minus 44.5. Over-under sitting at 55. They're almost touching each other. The over-under, they're almost touching each other. What's that telling us? Big digits here. We like it. Big ranking here for the Thundering Herd, though. And they know that. Can't let up here. Must cover. Public Sharps, they seem to be on UMass right now, and that's good. Let's wait for a better number here. In the meantime, let's dig in. Marshall, one of the top defensive squads in the nation, ranking in the top 5 in 3 major categories. UMass's offense ranks over 100 in pretty much every category except for rush yards, which they rank 87th. Whoop-de-doo-ha. UMass has only played one game, right? But they haven't scored. And it was against Georgia Southern. They haven't scored a point. I think their main goal coming into this game, well, just to get a field goal. Well, come on, team. Let's get 3 points on the board. Now, Marshall's offense, their points, if you look at them, they haven't been impressive to the eye, okay? But have played some tough defenses. App State, FAU, Western Kentucky. But they held these explosive offenses, App, one of them, to 7 points. Louisiana Tech, 17, FAU to 9 points. Similar foe here when Marshall played Eastern Kentucky. We believe these are similar foes, okay? UMass, Eastern Kentucky. And how did they win that game? Yeah, 59-0. We can safely assume UMass. Yeah, I think we can safely say that UMass is going to have under 10 points. I mean, this would be a great game to open the playbook for the Thundering Herd. You know, get some practice in with your offense. The D will put them in plenty positions to score early and often. 58-6. They got to do that to maintain. It's going to be 58-6. They got to maintain that high ranking, as they probably won't move up with a win here in their rankings. They won't. But they can move back with a bad win. Eat the huge points here.
Get in my belly!
But eat slow. Don't get full yet. Don't get full yet, because this could change. Okay? Yes, because it could change. Good 6-point tease here with the over if you're feeling a little scared. Yeah, I think that's a good safe one, right? You get Marshall into the 30s, and you get over 40. I got to think they're going to score 50 points here. Easily. UMass, 2-10 ATS in the last 13. The over has cashed in 8 of the last Minutemen's last 11. Marshall, 4-1 ATS in the last 5. The over's cashed 5 of the last Thundering Herd's last 7. Let's lock it up. We like it. We got any more? Oh, yes, we do. We got some college left. All right. App State. Speaking of App State, good spot here. As we we do see the markets fading App a little. Coming off a win, but couldn't cover the large 28 spread against ULL. In fact, haven't covered that well all year, 1-4. And now Texas State sitting at 500 ATS on the season. Which leads us to the spread. It should be probably around 3 TDs. Sorry, this one's sitting at minus 17 to App State. 3 p.m. game on Saturday. But let's look at another angle here. App's 4 wins. The average margin of victory has been 23 points. To add to that, the last 4 against Texas State, they've won by an average of 21.5 points. Well over the amount here. But do note, Texas State has covered the last 3 or 4 here. But that's another reason why we get a favorable spread. Here, as the markets are down on the Mountaineers. That's good. Texas State 1-7 following. They're 1-7 on the year. Following a 44-34 loss on Saturday to the Raging Cajuns. They fought their hearts out. They fought their little hearts out. Bobcats, they lost 5 straight. In the loss, quarterback Brady, not Tom, but Brady McBride, 166 yards, 1 touchdown, but was intercepted 3 times. 3 times. 3. Texas State defense gave up 614 yards of total offense to the Raging Cajuns. App can put up points quick, as they did last game, but they left it. They let off the gas. They averaged still 34 points a game. Texas State gives up 35.8. Mountaineers defense allows an average about 17.6 per contest. They've got 13 sacks on the season, 8 interceptions. This D should be licking their chops with this Texas State quarterback. McBride has got 7 interceptions on the season, a dozen sacks. They can't afford now to let off the gas. They really can't. It's a tight race in the Sun Belt. Expect a similar game as the last 2 between the two. 35-13, 38-7, somewhere around there. App State -17. Lock it up, Larry. Wrong button, Larry. But I like it. I like it. Larry, you got anything for us? Huh, Locksmith? I see you sitting over there looking at something. I hope you're not making your pick last minute here, but we're about to find out. So, what do you got for us? Our SEC connoisseur. Yeah, man, that's where I'm going, man. Number 8, Florida, man, sitting. Where are they going? Number 5. Oh yeah, Georgia, man. Yeah. I figured, are you really going to this game? Hell yeah, man. Georgia's sitting -3.5 at home, man. I got to go with my dogs here. They beat these Gators up last 3 times and covered, man. Dogs should feel good at home, man. Going 2-0 SU. ATS last 2, man. There's no other team we like to beat besides Bama. Well, hold on. We do like to beat the Vols too, man. Well, just about anybody in the SEC, I suppose. But this is a big one, man. Take my dogs. Okay. Give me a second. Just let me look at this game first. Let me just peek at this game. Hold on. Yeah, you know what? Let's give a moment. Give me a second here. All right. No, Larry. No, I'm not putting this one on the board. Hell no. Why not, man? Besides the freaking bias you have, this game looks like shit for you. You just barely beat Kentucky. And Florida comes off 2 weeks of COVID, no practice, and whips the shit out of a good Mizzou team. Yes, you've won and covered the last 3 versus Florida, but Florida also the won 4 prior to that. They covered all 4. No, I can't do it. Not more than a field goal. Can't do it. Sorry, Larry. Don't put this one on the board. Man, okay, man. What? All right, man. Well, hey, I tell you what, if this does win, me and you're going to have a bet, man. I'm going to run the show now. I'm going to run this damn show now. Deal. I will take that deal. I will take that deal. You can have it. If they win, 3.5 points. This would be a good game to watch. I wouldn't even tease with Georgia, though. This could be an outright win for Florida. I love this Florida team. There's nothing I like about Georgia besides their defense right now, man. I'm sorry. I know that hurts. Deep down. Lots of good games, though. Lots of good games in college. I think that was it for our college bet. Clemson, Notre Dame, but no Lawrence. This feels trappy, doesn't it? Sitting at 5.5. I got to think the whole world's betting Notre Dame. As well as they're playing. I mean, they're sitting at 4th in the nation. In a close win with BC. Yeah, we don't have anything on it. The PACtion gives us some late action Saturday night. Don't have much on these games, but check out our app for more. There might be more picks. Let's move on. Let's move on to the NFL. We do have the Thursday night game, so I hope the show gets out early enough to you, which it is. We're putting it out here. We usually put it around noon on Thursday, so should be out here for this game. So get it. This seems simple here, right? Aaron and the boys off a loss. They should have won. Jimmy G out. Kittle out. Still no Bosa. No Sherman. And we probably won't see those two this year. I mean, lock it up just like that. Let's just lock it up. Huh? Or let me help you out. Do you want to? Do you have anything? That's really all I want to say. Yeah, man. I'm always looking at Rodgers' numbers, man. And this one's a dandy, man. Listen up. Last 6 losses going back 2 seasons, man. Since they don't lose much. Rodgers and them cheeseheads, man. They're 6-0 ATS off a loss, man. Easy peasy. I'm with you on this. Yes, thank you, Locksmith. You totally redeemed yourself from your last bet. I'll give you that. Yeah, man, I like me some Rodgers, man, and I pay a wee bit of attention, like I said, man, to him. But, sometimes, actually most of the time, I kind of pretend that, it's Favre out there when I'm watching him, man. Sorry, that awkward silence there is just me trying to figure out how to respond to that. You know what they call that? That's a fantasy, right? Is that your man crush? Is that your man crush, Brett Favre? Yeah, well, man, I hate to say, but maybe so, man, maybe so. Wow, Larry, wow, wow. I bet you love watching that Levi commercial, don't you? And put it on repeat a couple times. Put it on when he turns around. Do you do that? Man, come on, man. Sorry, Larry. I do love some Favre, but your man crush is old. Why did you go after someone maybe a little bit younger that hasn't had so many hits? Yeah, man. Yeah, well, what are you talking about there, man? Yeah, talking about you bumping jeans with Sir Favre. Filling cheese holes. Man, is that too far? Filling cheese holes, playing tummy sticks with the legend, man. Are you playing tummy sticks?
Let's play tummy sticks. What's tummy sticks? I don't want to play tummy sticks. I don't want to play tummy sticks.
Man, what's wrong with you, man? You don't look so good over there, man. Why you gotta talk like that, man, to me? Me look good? You don't look so good over there. Are you doing all right? Are you okay?
I'm starting to spin real fast.
You doing all right?
Because of gayness.
Man, I'm good. Can we move through this, man? Yeah, but please note, I will bring this up every week. I will bring it up. Also, do note, we don't have any judgments here to anyone's sexual preference, to each his own. Man, I feel like every week you do something to lose more fans, man. Valid point, sir. Valid point. Locksmith, I shall evaluate and make some changes. Moving on, let's get. So we're taking there. Okay, we're taking Green Bay minus 7.5. That's what that whole pick was. Man crush minus 7.5. Next up on the board, Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota sitting at 4 points at home. This one, we're not taking this one. This one's off the market right now due to COVID. Stafford has COVID. If you can find it, take it maybe. I'd imagine they're following this one close to decide whether to postpone or not, so follow it. Denver at Atlanta. Atlanta minus 4. Both teams off of nice wins. I really like this lock guy. Want to lock it up just cause of that reason. I like this guy, but we're not. We like Atlanta here. Yes, we talk bad about them. We do all the time, but only due to the fact because they've been losing these close games when they have substantial leads in the fourth. Doesn't make them a bad team. But I really think they're turning things around right now under interim coach Morris. winning the last 2 or 3, now return home. And you get this whole travel situation with the Broncos, East Coast early game. Usually doesn't pan out well. Atlanta has won and covered the past 2 regular seasons in this meeting, in this series. Not a big deal, but we'll play it. So they've had some extra time to prepare for Denver. Okay? And Broncos now have had a staggered practice schedule because of COVID. I think John Elway has it. So they've had to cancel practice. Didn't practice Wednesday based on concerns. Not sure if they're practicing today. They might have limited practice. Despite the revised workout schedule, though, they're going to be missing a cornerback. AJ could miss the game. He suffered a concussion the last game, which is a huge loss, might I add. Lock, again, we love you, but not you, Locksmith, but Drew Lock. Young guy. He's a young guy, if you're thinking of any man crushes. That'd be a great matchup. Drew Lock, Locksmith. No? Hey, off a great comeback win. And if you saw this game, it was pretty amazing. But to pack up, limited practice, go to Atlanta, play a team that seems to have a different attitude right now. No, sir. Take the small home favorites in this one. Lock it up. Larry, I said lock it up. You paying attention? Thank you. Listen, Denver's been good this year to us. They really have. But we can say they're going to be good to us here, too. We can play it. We can play against them. That'll be being good to us. Got to pick the spots. That's what it's all about. You got to pick the spots. Houston at Jacksonville. Jacksonville sitting at 7 points. Oh, we don't like this game either. We're just putting shit on the board here. Okay, no action here. 2 consistently inconsistent teams. Yeah, that makes sense. Think about it. Or don't. Either way, we don't like this. I have no clue what to expect here. Do these teams even want to play? Moving on. Move on. Let's move on. Wait, okay. At first glance, this could be sloppy. This could be a sloppy, I don't give a shit game, which equates to points. Maybe a small lean on the over, sitting at 52.5. Maybe. Yeah, sorry, you have to excuse me this week. I am a little under the weather, but it could be COVID, could not be. I don't know. I don't know. Will we ever know? I don't know. Carolina at Kansas City is our next matchup. Kansas City, big number again, sitting at -11. But, stop the music, yes. But this is very important. It's very important. We have somebody coming back. Mickey's coming back. Do you know who Mickey is? Do you know? Yes. McCaffrey is back. And that's it. Take it. McCaffrey's back. Take it. Listen, Carolina's sneaky good this year. They've been covering against good teams, playing well. Now add the most dynamic back in the league. Carolina plays, they've been playing fundamental football. Not fun to watch, but they tackle well, low penalties, quietly move the ball. I mean, KC hasn't really been that impressive. Hasn't been the impressive KC. Yeah, they played the Jets. But yeah, all the gamblers, cappers, whoever, saw the big spread last game, and they covered it. But it was the Jets, the University of the New York Jets. SUCKSSS. Yes, they do. So that didn't really mean anything. So thanks. This gives us a good buy here. And we'll probably bump it up a little north for KC. But again, with Mickey news, and it may just stay where it's at. I mean, KC, yes, they have been rolling ATS. But this is a good spot to catch them off guard and to get a good cover. There's no one pushing for that division right now. On the other end, Carolina still feels they do have a good shot at the NFC, sitting at 3-5. Not great shot, but it's there. The underdog in the series, 4-1 ATS the last 5 meetings. Panthers 4-0 ATS the last 4 games as an underdog. Panthers 4-0-1 ATS in the last 5 games in week 9. They must like it. They must like week 9. Now, if you do pay some attention to the ATS numbers, and I know what you're thinking, I know what you're thinking here. Betting against the Chiefs is basically the same thing as throwing away money, right? I think we could safely say that. In the past 17 games dating back to last season, the Chiefs are 14-2-1 ATS. Yes, I know, Larry. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're all thinking right now. Why are you giving us these stats? Of course. But covering against Teddy Bridgewater won't be an easy task. That's because he has the best cover percentage of any NFL quarterback since 2000. Bridgewater, 31-11 ATS. That's 74% in his career as a starter, right? Bridgewater, also 14-3 ATS, 82% following a straight-up loss. This guy covers. And they battle. Watch them. They battle. Let's take the double-digit dog here. Let's take him. The double-digit dog with more attitude. Added attitude with this guy back. Yes, I call him Mickey. You never, no, man, I never heard that. Nobody says that? No, man, I ain't never, who calls him Mickey? His name's McCaffrey. I mean, this don't make no sense. Is this a man crush thing? No, I mean, solid point, I guess. I don't. You know what? My wife's a Panthers fan. I think this must be her crush. I mean, maybe that's where I get it. I don't know, but maybe that's where. It's kind of weird that she calls him that, though, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Moving on. Let's move on, please. I think that's just about it. But we do want to leave you with something a little different, okay? 4 o'clock games. We're going to do a 3-game, 6-point teaser for the 4 p.m., okay? Now, we do like some small units on each of these without a tease. These are very good bets. But this 3-game plays 100 plus 150 pay. First game, Las Vegas at LA. Sitting at -1. Vegas back to the City of Angels. Off a nice win and pretty much back home, we'll call it. Face a physically and mentally beaten Chargers team from last week. Tough loss. Numerous injuries. Still no Eckler. Bosa out. Pope questionable. Vegas swept this team, SU and ATS, last year, and should be a close one. But let's take the 6 points to get to 7, and we'll call it. Next up, Miami at Arizona. This is part of the teaser, if you're listening. Part of our little bubble teaser. Miami at Arizona. So once again, we're going to play against these damn Miami. What do they call them down there? Yeah, you know who I'm talking about. Tua's. Listen, we failed with them last week. The numbers were wrong, but the play was right. Miami's O didn't look good. The team made Tua look good. What do you have, like 9 attempts? The D scored, special teams scored. We're not fading from our view last week. We're not going to fade that. We're going to stay strong. We don't think they're good. And we're right. They didn't give Tua many looks. That was our prediction. They weren't going to give them. Yeah, you might bump that up this week, but not against Arizona's offense. You're not going to match that. They can't hang. AZ coming off a bye, home team. This seems too easy. Now a long trip to AZ for Miami, but let's play it safe. Take the Cardinals, get the 6 points. That puts us up to 2.5 points. Pittsburgh. Dallas. 14 points. This is too easy. Pittsburgh minus 14. I mean, Dallas sucks goat nuts, don't they? Do they not? I mean, who's that QB? Danucci, Gucci, Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush, Andy Dalton. And just to note, these aren't the names of the Cowboys marketing team. That's not who they are, who I just said. These are the QBs, yeah. Who cares? Really, let's think about this. Pitt's defense could win this game. Really, if they just put the D out there, right? Every play, and Dallas puts its offense out there. Literally, every play, Pittsburgh's defense versus Cowboys offense, the Steelers would score more points. They would score more points. I truly believe that. Easy plays, small units on this game, but play it with our 3-game teaser, get the 6 points, that pays plus 150, and get the steel curtain at -8. This is easy. Easy money. I think that's it. Locksmith, you got anything else to say? But I'm your host, Lorenzo da Costa. This is Capper's Cave, free picks and shit. It's our best bets of the week, brought to you by Intellect Sports. Really, get the app, guys. Get it. Capper's Cave. I'm out.